Well, welcome back to See the Stories. We're still here with Stephanie Marcia on See the Stories from Maestro in Training. Yani, do you hope your little one will grow up to become a maestro?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I don't think I'm too late, right? 10 months still? Okay.
Yeah.
Never too late.
Never too late.
Never
It's
too late
never
to
too
learn.
late. Even as an adult, it's never too late to learn, I'd say. But it's much easier to learn when you're apparently 6 months old. So
That's right.
So we've already touched on what kind of, musical activities that are suitable for infants. And how do you think in detail do these activities especially affect the cognitive growth?
So for as early as, for example, 4 months old, one of the activities is we are putting the baby into mommy's lap, and then he's gonna bounce and bounce, and we encourage the parents to bounce and bounce on the beat. So that's already like telling them the rhythm since they're young.
Yeah.
And then for all the music, we always do 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's like math,
Yeah.
language, for example. We do a lot of nursery rhymes. That really helps them with language. Even when we teach them how to potty train, we teach them how to clap their hands. We teach them how to colors. We always use music, and I think that's how it affects them.
All right, so now I need to take some notes and some tips. What are some recommended musical instruments or toys for infants to explore sounds and rhythms? What do you call it? The shakers.
Yeah,
Shakers,
so-
right? That would be one of them.
Yeah.
What
so
else?
Actually, we really recommend shakers because baby can hold it, and it's very important for their fine motor skills.
Yeah.
To hold. This bells instruments, usually we start when they're about 7 months. This can use 2 ways. You can tap and you can shake. For babies, it's easier to do this because it's hard for them to tap.
Yeah.
So that's why this instrument can be used until like,
Oh, what are these called? These
it's called the bells.
Because bells are usually just this, without this part. Is
Right.
this a special kind of bell?
Yeah. So we have what it's called Petite Symphony by Maestro in Training. So we do our own musical instruments for the kids. So we make our own shakers,
Wow.
bells, xylophones, everything that's color coded with our curriculums,
Yep.
and that we think is appropriate for the different age group. Yeah. So you can check the Instagram Petite
Yep.
Symphony. That we have all different kinds. We have xylophones as well. We have triangle. Yeah.
Ah, I think I should invest more.
And Mr. Wirya Satya,
Yeah.
he's also a woodmaker. So he makes all the wooden stuff, like shakers and yeah.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
You know, I unfortunately have, it's not unfortunately, but I have a baby who's hyperactive and easily distracted. What are your tips in regarding having babies who are easily distracted in a session
Usually,
or getting bored easily?
right. Usually we bring lots of stuffs. That's why, because we think that baby cannot really concentrate more than 5-10 minutes based on their age. We do lots of different activities, and we see what the baby really is in that condition. For example, if the baby looks like he's not really engaging, or shy because it's the first time, we use storytelling, because in storytelling they don't really have to do anything, they just have to listen. And but if they are not shy, they feel energized, we do lots of energized songs, like if you're happy, ask them to move. So we really see from what the children want. That's what we usually do, especially in private classes. Yeah, because we can really assess child by child, and then every child might have different needs. For example, speech delay. Speech has something to do with your fine motor skills.
Yeah.
And so we do lots of, for example, learning do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do musical notes with Play-Doh, because Play-Doh really
and it helps
your fine motor skills. So you can make musical notes with Play-Doh, right? Like, like a circle and a stick with Play-Doh. We do that, but for example, if you have less developed in physical, then we use lots of physical activities. Yeah.
Wow, and then accompanied by real instruments and
Right.
live music, which is
Oh yeah,
even
that
more
actually
engaging.
really helps to make children more concentrate, because they don't just hear music, they listen.
And they see.
They see, yeah.
They see. So it's all the learning styles combined there for you because
Right.
they see.
Yeah.
Because instruments are not just played in a cassette, but literally you have to play the instruments or
Right.
whichever instrument you're deciding.
Yeah, and one of the things that I noticed is that children really listen when they see the real instruments rather than recording, not just hearing, because they're different, right? Hearing and listening, and that's a skill for children to be able to listen. Yeah. We also have children interactive concert. That's where we perform, usually classical music, and babies can just crawl and like get close to us.
When is the next one?
That
Play date session.
I know.
that will be in December. We have public and we have private, usually private for birthdays or Christmas concerts, but that usually involve more kids. So there's no maximum number of kids. That can be a lot of kids for concert.
Oh wow! I really like that. I mean, and apart from the parents also get a treat, you know. I mean, if you're, I mean, come on.
Definitely.
We get a treat, and the babies get to roam and run wherever they go in a safe place. I'm down for that.
And especially, with classical music, it's very strict. You cannot clap. You cannot be noisy.
Yeah.
So it's a really good opportunity they can scream during our classical musical concerts.
Wow.
Okay, so I have a confession to make. I don't say no to gadgets. I do give my baby gadgets. She watches Miss Rachel. And
That is mine.
Yeah, Coco Melon, not so much, not anymore. The first kid, she watched a lot of Coco Melon, but now she watches, the second one watches Miss Rachel. So do you have any other music suggestion that can develop baby skill?
Or do you have your own on YouTube channel?
Oh, we do.
Oh,
So
okay.
this song you can listen to in YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Because when people buy our instruments, we also give them the access to the YouTube where they can play along with the instruments.
So it's like a lesson. Yeah, okay.
But it's for public, so you can access it. Yeah.
Okay. So because this has been really, really interesting. So if you could share, if you don't mind, what your handle is on social media.
Social media?
Yeah, social media.
Who handles it?
No, I mean your sorry.
What is
Your tag.
Oh, Maestro in Training.
Maestro in Training.
Yes, Maestro in Training for all the activities and Petite Symphony for all the merchandise, for the toys. Yeah,
I'm checking
the
those
children.
out. Nice. So other than foreign instruments and music, do you introduce the children, as you mentioned before, to more traditional and Indonesian music?
Yes, so actually we start world music because we believe that actually music is a window to learn about other cultures.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we started Indian music, Chinese music, African music, and Indonesian music. So usually, for example, during Indian Diwali, we will perform Indian music with Indian instruments like tabla, sitar, and during Chinese New Year we will do Chinese instruments, and sometimes we bring it to class as well. Yeah. We usually have different themes for public classes that you can check, and sometimes if the themes is like African music, that means we bring African music. And because different countries have different styles, for example, African music has a lot to do with call and response.
Yeah.
And it's very different with the Indonesian music, and so it also teach them a lot of musical styles, not just instruments.
Yeah, so experiencing all different types of music.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So we are fortunate enough to have teachers who are able to play the traditional music from other countries. Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to ask, how big is your team for big team of teachers, and how versatile? What kind of instruments is
We
there?
have about 17, 18 teachers.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
But we need 2 teachers per class usually. Unless you're more than 3 years old, that it's a one-on-one. But for baby classes, we usually need 2 or more teachers. One that really sing, one really plays the instruments. Yeah, like Mr. Wirya and me just now.
And how many babies in one class?
For public classes, up to 12. But for special classes, it can be up to 30. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of babies.
For 12, usually we do three teachers. Yeah.
Why?
Because there are musical exploration session where students are exposed and introduced to instruments that we bring that day. And so with 3 teachers, we can have 3 different stations, and the children can explore and then rotate.
So it's like CrossFit. But a musical instrument,
Like cross
music.
Moved stations.
With two instruments, it's a bit hectic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind sharing, what made you want to make, this specific, curriculum and music introductory courses to younger children? I mean, very young children, infants.
I study performance, so I thought I wanted to be a performer, but I am now. But during my experience, I started teaching actually babies back in college, and I see how they really respond more than you talk to them when you sing. And I see that a lot of kids actually learn from music. That's why there are music for all different courses, right? For math, for ABC, for clapping, for going to bed, for animals.
Yeah.
It's all through music.
Yeah.
And so when I go back to Indonesia and see, I haven't seen it in Indonesia, and I have experienced how it helps other babies when I were in that classes. So that's why I wanted to make it in Indonesia. Back in 2018 with Mr. Wirya.
So both of you started,
Yeah.
sort of maestro
In training?
In training,
Yeah,
yeah.
it started with the two of us, and then our team grows a little by little until about 17, 18.
So what's your instrument?
I play the harp. And
Very rare jewels that one.
Mr. Yaya plays the guitar, the oboe, and the French horn.
Your babies must love falling asleep with you, serenading them with the harp. It's so soothing,
Yeah.
right? Very, very soothing.
So that's what we're gonna do at home. Just gonna start singing everything, right?
Yeah,
When
do
we're
it.
talking to the baby, I'm like,
I'm trying to imagine your husband do that. Is he gonna rap through everything? Or?
that'll be funny. All right, so we want to hear more of successful stories about learning from music from a very young age and where they develop faster than the other children.
I think Mr. Wirya mentioned one of our regular students. He started when he was about 4 months old, and then when he's about 18 or 19 months old, he's able to identify the notes. He doesn't know this is do, re, mi, fa, sol yet, but when we play it in our instrument, he knows what color it is. So like if I play do, he will press this one. If I play mi, he will play this one. So he knows, because we always associate color with notes from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And then other students, she was very, very shy. She is about 2 years old. She started during the pandemic, because a lot of our classes actually started during the pandemic. So it's not like now, it's different. She's very socially a little shy, and she doesn't really want to socialize. And during the group class, so she has 2 other friends who joins her group class privately, like her friends. And during the group class, she wouldn't join the class for about 3 or 4 months. She would just stand like in the corner and listen. And so we even asked the mother, are you sure you still want to continue? You pray, but your daughter is not even here. And yeah, she said, because outside from the music class, she remembers everything that I teach. She just doesn't, she doesn't join the class, but outside class, she actually remembers. That's what the mother said. And now she's like already 6 years old, or 5 years old, and she just loves to perform. And she said her dream is to make people cry while listening to her singing. So she's a diva now. So.
She's a diva.
But
okay.
no, it takes time.
Yes.
And it's not a short-term course.
Yeah.
And sometimes parents want to see it
Instantly.
And yeah, I think it's a long-term thing that we cannot prove in one day.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
you just have to also be committed as parents to help the kids. So if the first lesson she might not look interested, it doesn't mean that she's not interested.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that the mom didn't, give up.
Right. Yeah.
Just seeing
I mean, it's not just about giving up, but it's also trusting the child, because
Yeah.
when it comes to learning a very intricate skill like music, it's never, overnight.
Right. Yeah.
And I think, do you think it teaches the child that everything needs a process?
Yeah.
Because they see you playing all these instruments from very young on, and usually children tend to, see their role models, right? I want to be able to play like that, right? Like the child who wanted to play the oboe, like Marcia Wirya, right? So it was very cute. So I do believe that it does teach them step by step.
Right, process, and even they know that sometimes they want to learn the piano, but their 5 fingers cannot even move. They can only use 2 fingers, and that's okay. We will use 2 fingers first, or even 1 finger. So we start with what the children can do.
There's always a way, or there is a will, there is a way. Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing this. And once again, can you please share with us all of your social media, you know, taglines and what we can find on your social media?
Yeah, so please follow us at Maestro in Training for all the music courses and activities, and Petite Symphony for all the musical instruments and merchandises that we make our own, actually.
So every day there is a class, right?
Yes, Monday to Sunday.
All right, so you just have to check the schedule on the social media. There you go.
Right.
Thank you so much, Stephanie.
All right, so See the Stories will continue after the break, and we'll feature about today. We're commemorating National Fish Day 2023. We'll talk more later. Stay with us.
Oh, fishy.